Imagine looking in the mirror one morning and realizing that the face staring back at you looks older than you expected. Imagine noticing fine lines that weren't there a year ago, dryness where your skin used to feel firm, or a tired look that no cream seems able to erase. You blame age. You blame you blame stress. But what if I told you that the real culprit isn't your birthday, your genetics, or the number of candles on your last cake? What if the real culprit is not sugar as a treat, sugar as a biochemical attack, sugar as a silent aging mechanism, every pigment change, every drop in energy, every sign of fatigue? You do not age because years pass. You age because your cells are damaged. And the greatest accelerator of that damage is sugar, not calories, not carbs in general, sugar itself. The modern excessive omnipresent sugar that has infiltrated almost every food you buy, every snack you crave, every drink you reach for without thinking. Sugar is aging you from the inside out. And almost no one has explained it to you. Most people feel the effects long before they understand what is happening. They wake up feeling tired even after a full night's sleep. They feel their skin losing elasticity. Their joints feel stiffer. Their belly becomes harder to shrink. Their memory feels foggier. Their energy drops in the afternoon. Their mood becomes unpredictable. These symptoms are not random. They are signs of biochemical aging, and sugar accelerates every one of them. But the world never told you that. Instead, it sold you sweetness as comfort, energy, pleasure, happiness, even self-care. It told you that breakfast needs juice, snacks need bars, coffee needs syrups, and desserts are rewards. It told you that low-fat foods are healthy while secretly loading them with sugar. It convinced you that honey is natural, that smoothies are wholesome, that granola is nutritious, and that cereal is the breakfast of champions. It wrapped sugar in packaging that made it look like health when in reality it was the very thing eroding your cells. Sugar did not just make you gain weight, it made you older, and it made you older faster. Let me explain what is happening inside your body on the most fundamental level. Your skin, your organs, your muscles, and your brain are built from proteins: collagen, elastin, keratin, enzymes, carriers, receptors. All of them are proteins. These proteins keep you firm, flexible, hydrated, youthful, and strong. But when sugar enters your bloodstream in excess, it begins attaching itself to these proteins. This process is called glycation. When sugar binds to a protein, it creates something called an advanced glycation end product, or age. The name alone should tell you the entire story. Ages accumulate in your tissues and accelerate aging from the inside. Glycation is not subtle. It stiffens collagen. It destroys the proteins that repair your cells. It disrupts the enzymes that keep your metabolism balanced. It increases inflammation. It weakens your mitochondria, the engines of your cells. It damages your blood vessels, and it creates oxidative stress that chips away at your youth a little more every day. You can spend hundreds of dollars on anti-aging creams, but if you continue eating sugar, you are repairing the surface while the damage underneath continues. You can follow skincare trends, serums, scrubs, and treatments, but if glycation continues unchecked, the aging process marches on. And the worst part is that many of the people who struggle with premature aging are eating sugar without even knowing it, because the modern food industry has cleverly hidden it behind names. You do not organic cane syrup, brown rice syrup, agave coconut sugar, fruit, concentrate, maltodextrin, dextrose, high fructose corn syrup, barley malt. The list is endless. Each one sounds harmless. Each one behaves like sugar. Each one accelerates glycation, and each one ages you faster. I am not trying to scare you. I am trying to tell you what no one else has. I know this mechanism. You just have to follow what I tell you, because once you understand glycation, you finally understand why sugar does not just make you heavier, it makes you older. Let me walk you into your bloodstream for a moment. Imagine your collagen fibers as strong, flexible cables supporting your skin and joints. When sugar molecules circulate in high amounts, they collide with these fibers and stick to them. The collagen becomes stiff, the elastin becomes rigid, your skin loses elasticity, fine lines deepen, wrinkles form earlier, and your skin begins to look dull and tired. This is not time. The same process that turns bread crust golden brown is happening inside your skin. It is called the Maillard reaction. And sugar is the flame inside your arteries. The same process stiffens the vessel walls, making your heart work harder. Inside your eyes, it damages the proteins that keep your lenses clear. Inside your brain, it leads to inflammation that affects memory, attention, and mood. It slows recovery and reduces strength. Glycation is not cosmetic, it is systemic. It is the silent aging process no one taught you to fear. But here is the part most people never hear. Glycation is reversible, not completely, not instantly, but meaningfully. You can slow it. You can stop accelerating it. And in some cases, you can even reverse early stages of damage, but you must remove the fuel. You must reduce free sugar, not natural sugars locked inside whole fruit, not complex carbohydrates. The enemy is free. Sugar with no fiber, sugar added to food, sugar extracted and concentrated, sugar hidden behind names designed to confuse you. When you remove free sugar from your diet, your bloodstream becomes cleaner. Your proteins stop being attacked. Your collagen stops being stiffened. Your elastin stops breaking down. Your liver stops accumulating fat. Your mitochondria begin producing energy more efficiently. Your skin begins to glow again. Your eyes look clearer. Your inflammation decreases. Your energy rises, and you begin feeling younger because biologically you are becoming younger. I remember a woman in her 60s who came to me frustrated by how fast she felt she was aging. Her skin looked dull. Her energy was low. Her joints hurt. She assumed it was normal. Then I asked her what she ate for breakfast. She told me she drank a smoothie, ate low-fat yogurt, and added honey for flavor. She believed she was eating clean. She believed she was doing everything right. But her breakfast was a glycation bomb. When she removed the sugar and replaced it with real food, her skin transformed within weeks. Her eyes looked brighter. Her energy returned, and she told me something I've heard hundreds of times. I feel like I'm aging backwards. That is not a miracle. That is biology responding to the removal of the number one aging accelerator. Sugar ages you faster than time ever could. And nobody told you, once you understand that sugar accelerates aging at the cellular level, the changes you see in the mirror begin to make sense. You understand why your skin suddenly looks more fragile. You understand why your face seems tired even after a good night's sleep. You understand why your muscles feel weaker, why your energy has been shrinking year after year. These are not random signs of getting older. They are signals that your cells are under biochemical stress, and sugar is the source of that stress. The modern food industry knows exactly how addictive sugar is, which is why it hides it everywhere. Most people do not eat sugar consciously. They are fed sugar. It is injected into your breakfast. It is buried inside your snacks. It is disguised in your sauces. It is blended. It is marketed as natural, wholesome, energizing, revitalizing, even anti-aging. But the truth is that sugar ages you every single time it enters your bloodstream in excess. It damages your proteins. It exhausts your mitochondria. It inflames your tissues, and it leaves biochemical scars that accumulate year after year. Imagine your collagen fibers as long, elegant strands designed to keep your skin lifted, firm, and elastic. Now, imagine sugar molecules attaching to those strands like glue. With every attachment, the collagen becomes a little stiffer, a little more brittle, a little less able to do its job. You may not see it immediately, but over months and years, the effect becomes undeniable. Your skin begins to sag. Wrinkles that used to appear only when you smiled now linger on your face. The glow you once had begins to fade. Your skin becomes thinner and more fragile. This is glycation at work, but glycation does not stop at the skin. It reaches your joints, stiffening the proteins that keep them flexible. It reaches your blood vessels, making them less able to expand and contract. It reaches your kidneys, impairing their ability to filter waste. It reaches your brain. It reaches your liver, contributing to fatty liver disease. It reaches your immune system, making inflammation easier to trigger and harder to calm. Sugar accelerates the decline of every system in your body, not slowly, not subtly, aggressively. Most people think aging is about time. It isn't. Aging is about damage. And the most preventable source of that damage is sugar. Now, let me explain something few people know. Your body has a natural repair system for damaged proteins. It can remove and replace them. But this system has a limit. When sugar intake is high, there is too much damage and not enough time to repair it. When you reduce sugar, your repair systems catch up. Your cells begin to recover, and you start to feel like yourself again. This is why reducing sugar makes people look younger. This is why their skin brightens. This is why their eyes look clearer. This is why their energy rises. This is why their mood stabilizes. It is not magic. It is repair. And repair can only happen when the damage slows down. Let me give you a picture of what happens when someone commits to a sugar-free protocol for 3 weeks. During the first 3 days, their cravings scream. Their brain demands sweetness because dopamine pathways have been overstimulated for years. Their hunger feels emotional, not physical. They feel tired, irritable, or restless. This is the withdrawal phase. It is not pleasant, but it is temporary. What is happening is simple. The reward system is recalibrating. The dopamine spikes sugar once provided are disappearing, and the brain is relearning balance. By the end of the first week, something shifts. Their morning energy becomes steadier. Their hunger becomes less chaotic. Their skin feels less dehydrated. Their digestion improves. They feel lighter, not only physically, but mentally. Their cravings begin to weaken because their dopamine receptors are recalibrating. Their satiety hormones begin to speak louder. Their insulin begins to fall. Their cells begin to heal. During the second week, the changes become visible. Their skin looks brighter. Fine lines soften their face, looks less puffy. The inflammation that sugar caused begins to calm. Their sleep improves because their blood sugar is not fluctuating drastically at night. Their joints feel less stiff because their inflammation is lower. Their mood becomes more stable. Their mitochondria are producing energy more efficiently. They start to recognize themselves in the mirror again. By the third week, the transformation becomes undeniable. Their eyes look clearer. Their posture feels more relaxed. Their skin has regained elasticity. Their energy remains stable. Their mind feels sharper. They feel younger because, in a very real biochemical sense, they have removed a major source of cellular damage and allowed their repair systems to catch up. What makes this process powerful is that it does not require complex rules. You do not need to become a nutrition expert. You do not need to track macros. You do not need extreme restriction. You do not need detoxes or fasting protocols. You simply need to remove free sugar, not natural sugars, locked inside whole fruit with fiber, not slow carbohydrates that digest gradually, only free sugar. And this is where people make their biggest mistakes. They remove table sugar, but continue eating, called healthy bars loaded with honey, agave, brown rice syrup, or fruit concentrate. They switch from soda to smoothies. They believe granola is safe. They believe yogurt with added fruit, but your body does not care whether the sugar came from a colorful wrapper or a rustic label. Without fiber, sugar enters your bloodstream like a flood, and that flood attaches to your proteins and ages you. This is the betrayal you were never told about. The food, marketed as healthy, is often the most glycation-inducing. The food you believe would keep you young is the same food aging you. Once you finally remove free sugar from your diet, your body begins writing a different story. It is not the story of decline you have been taught to expect. It is the story of biology returning to balance, the story of aging slowing down, because the damage that was accelerating been taken away. During the third week of living without free sugar, something profound begins to happen beneath the surface. Your mitochondria, the engines inside every cell, stop fighting constant oxidative stress, begin functioning properly. Again, when mitochondria are overwhelmed by sugar, they produce energy poorly, leaving you tired and foggy. When they are relieved of that burden, they generate clean, stable energy. You wake up feeling rested instead of depleted. You move through your day without dragging yourself. Your mind feels sharper. Your motivation returns. This is not psychological. It is, at the same time, your collagen begins to behave differently. Collagen cannot rebuild itself fully once it has been severely glycated. But early glycation can be reversed or repaired when sugar levels fall. And glycation slows. Your body begins replacing damaged collagen with new, healthier strands. Your skin looks firmer. It actually is firmer. Your skin reflects chemistry, not cosmetics. And when the chemistry improves, the reflection improves. Your inflammation decreases as well. Sugar fuels inflammation, the way dry wood fuels fire. Once the fuel is gone, the fire weakens, your joints stop aching, your face loses its puffiness. The stiffness in your fingers, neck, or lower back begins to soften. Your entire body feels as though someone lifted a layer of heaviness off of it. People describe this as feeling lighter on the inside, as though something inside them finally calmed down. That something is inflammation. Your mood shifts too. Sugar does not only age your skin and organs, it ages your brain. It disrupts dopamine, floods reward circuits, and destabilizes the neurotransmitters that regulate calmness and focus. When you remove sugar for 3 weeks, your brain rewires itself. your emotional volatility fades, your stress tolerance increases. You feel grounded instead of anxious. You think more clearly, you remember things more easily, you feel more like yourself. This is why people who complete a sugar-free protocol often say it feels like they got their life back. They expected to lose a few cravings. Instead, they regained a version of themselves they had not experienced in years, a version with energy, a version with clarity, and none of it came from expensive treatments or anti-aging serums. It came from removing the poison that was accelerating their decline. Now, let me tell you something very important. The sugar-free protocol is not about perfection. It is about awareness. Once you understand where sugar hides, you cannot be fooled by marketing anymore. You stop buying granola bars with wholesome labels. You stop believing smoothies are nutritious breakfasts. You stop thinking honey is a superfood. You see processed snacks for what they are. You learn to respect real food. You begin choosing full-fat yogurt instead of sweetened low-fat versions. You choose whole fruit instead of juice. You choose nuts instead of bars. You choose real meals instead of packaged health foods. And your metabolism thanks you with every decision. Your skin thanks you. Your joints thank you. Your heart thanks you. Your brain thanks you. Your energy thanks you. Even your sleep thanks you. Because sugar is not just dessert. It is the architect of premature aging. And removing it is one of the most powerful anti-aging decisions you will ever make. Imagine standing in front of the mirror 3 weeks from now and noticing the difference. The brighter eyes, the calmer skin, the smoother texture, the softer lines, the more relaxed expression. Imagine feeling the difference in your body, the easier mornings, the steadier energy, the more stable mood, the reduced stiffness, the clearer thinking. Imagine realizing that you have slowed your biological clock with a single decision, the decision to remove free sugar and give yourselves room to breathe again. You do not age because time passes. You age because sugar accelerates damage. And when you stop feeding that damage, you reclaim control over the pace of your aging. You shift from passive aging to active renewal. You stop surrendering to the calendar and start choosing your biology. Let me close with the simplest instruction I can give you. Remove free sugar for 21 days. Remove honey, syrups, flavored yogurts, juices, granola bars, sweetened coffees, and anything that disguises sugar as health. Remove the fuel that accelerates glycation, and then watch what returns: the glow, the firmness, the clarity, the stability, the confidence, the youth. I know the mechanism. You only have to follow it 3 weeks, a younger version of yourself waiting on the other side.